All right, let's talk about something big. Is massive success, we're talking going from 0 to 100 crore, that's over 10 million US dollars, is that just a lucky roll of the dice? Well, today, we're going to challenge that whole idea. We're going to explore how that incredible journey isn't some miracle, but actually a science that you can learn. So, let's dive right into this. You ever notice how some people look at a challenge and just see a massive opportunity, while other people completely freeze up at the tiniest hint of failure? It's like they're playing two different games. In this explainer, we're going to break down the science of success using three really powerful philosophies that might just change the way you see everything. Okay, first up, we've got the legend himself, Bob Proctor. Now, his story is just incredible. He started out as a factory worker, no degree, no money, nothing. But his whole life completely flipped after he read one single book, Think and Grow Rich. And he didn't just read it, he lived it. What's so amazing about this is how simple these ideas are, but man, are they deep. Proctor's whole thing was that scattered energy gets you nowhere. So first, you need absolute crystal clear clarity. Know exactly what you want, and even more important, why you want it. Second, you gotta have this unshakable belief that it's coming your way, without getting trapped in the how. And third, this is the big one, you have to get on the right vibration. That just means aligning your feelings with abundance and gratitude, not with fear and scarcity. So how do you actually do that? Well, Proctor pushed for two really practical daily habits. First one is visualization. Every morning, every night, you literally see yourself living the life you want. You have to feel what that reality feels like. The second is gratitude. When you're genuinely thankful for what you have right now, it's like you become a magnet for more good things. It's a seriously powerful shift. And this quote just sums up his entire philosophy perfectly, doesn't it? The idea is that whatever you build in your mind, whatever picture you hold there consistently, that's the blueprint for what shows up in your physical world. Your inner world literally creates your outer world. So the big question is, what picture are you holding in your mind? All right, let's move to our second pillar and build on this. Because just believing isn't quite enough, right? You also need the right, let's call it an operating system, for dealing with life's curveballs. And this is where the work of Stanford researcher Carol Dweck on mindset becomes absolutely crucial. Dweck's research basically found there are two fundamental mindsets that pretty much steer our entire lives. On one side, you've got the fixed mindset. These folks believe their talents are just set in stone. So they avoid challenges because if they fail, it feels like a final judgment. But on the other side, you've got the growth mindset. These people believe that their abilities can be developed. They actually lean into challenges and see failure not as a final verdict, but as super valuable feedback. And this idea right here, this is a total game changer. I mean, think about Michael Jordan. He was famously cut from his high school basketball team. Someone with a fixed mindset would have probably just quit. But Jordan, with his growth mindset, he used that failure as fuel. He went back to the gym and practiced for hours and hours. He saw it as a lesson in what he needed to work on, not some permanent stamp saying he wasn't good enough. Okay, so we've got the belief, we've got the right mindset. Now let's get real and talk about the nuts and bolts of business with one of India's top business coaches, Rajiv Talreja. He brings us back down to earth with a hard truth. It's not your money that makes money. It's your capability as a business owner that makes money. Talreja says the very first step is to get clear on your identity and your end goal. Look, not everyone needs to build a giant unicorn company. Are you income-driven, just trying to make a really good living? Are you identity-driven, where your business is all about your personal brand? Or are you shooting for financial freedom, or maybe even building a legacy that outlasts you? Your entire strategy changes depending on that answer. And this brings us to one of the biggest problems we see today, right? This obsession with getting rich and famous, like yesterday. Everybody wants the big payoff without putting in the real work. But Talreja says that's actually the fastest way to fail. So here it is, his powerful mantra, fundamentals over fame. Think about it. If your business strategy, your sales process, your team's skills, if all that stuff is weak, then pouring money on top of it is just throwing it away. You've got to build your capability first. Capital just magnifies what's already there. If the foundation is weak, you're just paying to magnify your own future failure. All right, let's bring this all home. Let's tie it all together. When you look at Proctor's mental frequency, Dweck's growth mindset, and Taleja's super practical strategy, you start to see a clear path forming. This journey from 0 to 100 crore, it isn't just about the money, is it? It's about a complete and total transformation. Step 1. It all starts right here. You have to consciously shift your paradigm. Now, that's just a fancy word for your collection of subconscious habits and beliefs that run your life on autopilot. You have to make a choice to challenge those old ideas that are holding you back. Next up, you've got to elevate your self-image. And this is such a profound idea. You can never, ever outperform your own self-image. Your success on the outside will always be capped by how you see yourself on the inside. So the most important work you will ever do is on the person looking back at you in the mirror. And finally, and this might be the most important part, you've got to shift your focus from getting to giving. Focus on service. See, money is just a reward. It's basically a receipt for the value and service you provide to other people. The more people you serve and the better you serve them, the bigger that reward is going to be. So all of this leaves us with one last really powerful thought. After everything we've gone through, you can see that poverty and wealth, they're not just circumstances we're stuck with. They are patterns. They are patterns of thought and patterns of action. And ultimately, that means they are a choice. So the only question left is, based on your thoughts and your actions, which one are you choosing today?